we have the Mortal Kombat movie synopsis. Some interesting news coming from Amazon's The Boys. HBO Max developing a Batman animated series sequel. New image from Halloween Kills. And Bourne director has his insights on when cinemas will actually reopen. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Locked On Entertainment's second episode. I'm your host, Adam Gorman. Today, we got a little bit to talk about. I got a little venting to do over Mortal Kombat. So that's going to be the first story of today's episode. Earlier this week, we got the synopsis for the new Mortal Kombat movie. MMA fighter Cole Young, accustomed to taking a beating for money, is unaware of his heritage, or why Outworld's Emperor Shang Tsung has sent his best warrior, Sub-Zero, an otherworldly chiromancer, to hunt Cole down. Fearing for his safety, Cole goes in search of Sonya Blade at the direction of Jax, a Special Forces major who bears the same strange dragon marking Cole was born with. Soon he finds himself at the temple of Lord Raiden, an elder god and the protector of Earthrealm, who grants sanctuary to those who bear the mark. Here Cole trains with experienced warriors Liu Kang, Kung Lao, and rogue mercenary Kano, as he prepares to stand with Earth's greatest champions against the enemies of Outworld in a high-stakes battle for the universe. But will Cole be pushed hard enough to unlock his arcana, the immense power from within his soul, in time to save not only his family, but to stop Outworld once and for all? What kind of BS is this? How hard is it to make a video game movie? This synopsis really hit my soul. You want to talk about, the soul, the power within my soul? This synopsis hit my soul. This is stupid. This is dumb. How hard is it to make a video game movie? How hard? It's not that hard. This synopsis just ruins it. Who the is Cole Young? Why did they have to make an original character for this story? This franchise has dozens and dozens of characters. Why couldn't they just make one of the lesser known characters into the main character? What's wrong with the story that was already been made? Have Liu Kang be the champion. Why can't Liu Kang and Kung Lao just be the two main heroes? Who cares about Cole Young? I'm still going to keep an open mind overall, but right now I am extremely worried for this movie and what it's going to do for the franchise. I could be completely wrong, and Cole Young is actually a kick-ass character. Maybe they throw him in Mortal Kombat 11's DLC, fighters, just to kind of, get people excited for this character, which would probably be very, very smart. I don't know. We'll see. I had high hopes. My high hopes are definitely just like, I'm just going to wait and see now. That's all I can say. Batman the Animated Series is reportedly getting a sequel series from HBO Max. Kevin Smith's Batman Beyond podcast was the first one to kind of break this rumor, stating HBO Max is looking at making Batman the Animated Series sequel, that they want to continue that forward. Smith would add to this point, noting that I'm not involved, but I too have heard this, and I've heard this from very reliable people. I think it's a fantastic idea. The Batman Animated Series is widely considered one of the best cartoons ever created. Pretty much the best Batman stories we've ever gotten. That's movies and, shows included. It gave us Harley Quinn, the Harley Quinn, one of the biggest standout characters in the last 30 years. Harley Quinn just blew up, and it's because of the animated series. I'm curious to see if they're going to go more of the first couple years of Batman Animated Series, or if they're going to go on that back half where the animation did change. I personally did not care for the new animation. I hope that they would at least try to keep on with the old ones, but more or less it's probably going to be the new version of, the cartoons that are being drawn nowadays. I think the Animaniacs has been revived on Hulu, and it looks different. I wouldn't be surprised if Batman kind of gets that same treatment where it is more up-to-date looking, which would be very disappointing considering that the old style animations for the cartoons was just holds up still to this day. It's just so much better, so much more, darker, and adds more of a feel, the atmosphere to it. So We'll find out. This is all just rumors right now, but I found it to be a very exciting rumor, and I really hope that it does come true. I think there's great potential and a great way to continue this series on. Some interesting news coming out of Amazon's The Boys. It is now confirmed that it will include the raunchy Herogasm comics storyline. Eric went to his Twitter and said, "From day one, everyone dared me to make this episode. Challenge met, motherfuckers." He's stating The Boys episode number 306 is titled Herogasm. This is going to be very interesting. I'm very much intrigued about how this is going to play out. Only time will tell. We'll just see. That's all I can really say about it. Is if you haven't read the comics and don't know this storyline, you're in for a very wild ride. Empire was kind enough to drop a new image for Halloween Kills showing that Michael Myers is indeed alive and that he has escaped the house burning down in the first movie. We'll see how it plays out. Let's see if we get another trailer here within the coming months, as it is expected to be released in October of this year. Hopefully by then the pandemic is over with, theaters have opened up, and that we can all go back to enjoying movies the way they were meant to on the huge 250-inch screens or however big they are, in all its gloriness. The director of the Bourne franchise, Paul Greengrass, clearly states, "I think we'll be back in cinema sooner than we think. In 6 months, I think we'll start to go back." Pretty much all the movies last year get pushed back to this year. We've only really had 3 to 4 releases last year that were big when the pandemic hit, and that was Tenet, New Mutants, Wonder Woman, and Monster Hunter. Those were pretty much it. Those were your big movies that came out really during the pandemic. Everything else got pushed back, and it's unfortunate because theaters are hurting. And if you are fortunate enough to have a theater opened up around you, congratulations. That's a huge plus. But the majority of people don't have that luxury yet. There's only one movie that I really care about, and that's the Ghostbusters Afterlife movie. Don't you push that back, Sony. I'm watching you. Here is your list of movies opening this week in theaters or digital. Our Friend, Baby Dunn, No Man's Land, Psycho Goreman, Identifying Features, Atlantis, You Will Die at 20, Brothers by Blood, and 76 Days. Alright guys, that concludes this episode of Lockdown Entertainment. If you enjoyed it, like and subscribe on this channel. Until then, have a good weekend. Watch some great films out there. Until then, be safe.